Mm-hmm. Good morning, YouTube. Y'all's here. Well, I'm gonna pick back up on this story again. We're following this Donnie McClurkin situation. Let me give you a minute to come in here. He fell down, but he got up. He fell down, then he got up. He fell down. Did he get up again? Oh, glory. For a saint, said he J's a sinner who fell down. He said he didn't stay there, and then he got up. Sing it, oh glory. If you fall, you can get back. It depends on how you define what falling is. I think Donnie McClurkin, what has happened is he wrote that book about 20 years ago. This eternal victim, eternal victor, because one of his uncles touched him, child. Therefore, the whole world of homosexual people were responsible for that. We were all devils and demons. We dwelled beneath the earth, and we're going to return back to our homes and all that bullshit, child. How y'all doing? So where we got to pick this thing up is now Donnie McClurkin has responded to this lawsuit filed by this young man. In his denial of all, he denies everything. Only thing he admits to is that he lived in New York City. So, Donnie McClurkin, listen, I can understand that you were a damaged, hurt person as a young person, right? And I can even see, since you're so religious and you're so got your nose so far up in that damn book that you believe every word printed in that book, that is the reality of life, not what actually goes on in this world. But I think you need, when this thing is over, or right now, maybe you're already working on it, you need a second memoir. You need to tell us about the experience of being someone who is so dedicated and so convinced, right, that you were delivered from being a homosexual person. I think you should come and tell us now what that was actually like. What happened? When was the first time you put one in your mouth after you went on this campaign against us? Tell us. Tell the damn truth. Tell the truth. Because that could be valuable, Donnie McClurkin. I don't think that you are a poor person or a broke person where you have to do anything for $1. You could afford to come and tell the truth. You could give a real testimony. You could say, listen, when I wrote that book, I believed it. I believed what I was writing. I believed that my sexuality was evil. I believed that. And I believed that I was delivered from it. Right? Now, I might have been confused about how the word came to me. Was it as a voice out of the sky, or did somebody knock on the door, or however I believed it to be true? I believed it to be true that I was delivered from being a homosexual person, and that I was only a homosexual person because one of my uncles was molesting me. Correct? And we can accept that. But then, McClurkin, in your update, if you're an honest person, you would have to say, I tried. I did everything. Tell your audience, I did everything in my power to reinforce the idea that I was no longer a homosexual person. I still ain't got no wife, right? And if I'm honest, I've still not been attracted to a woman, but I believed it at that time. What I've learned in life is I can't change what God has done here. I can't change it. It doesn't make no difference what it says in Leviticus, thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, child. I could not make myself be what I wanted to be. So I've been an unhappy person, a miserable person all of my life. And at some point, I had to satisfy my flesh. My flesh was hungry all the time. And my denial only made it worse. And yes, when I was up on that stage bastardizing it and trying to destroy all of these gay people. I was going in the back room, child, before I went on stage, and I was having sex with men still. I was still having sex with men, right? Because I thought that's what my audience wanted to hear. They wanted me to stay delivered. And that's what I gave them. But I was lying. And at some point, this young man caught me. How y'all doing? I am Mrs. Ricks. Jesse. Hi, Jesse. Dovey Milton's here. How you doing, Dovey? God before everything. God is still before everything. You have summarized it perfectly. God is still before everything. That does not mean that a book is before everything. He's so caught up. Oh, I saw it in this. I saw it. You spent your lifetime hating yourself, Donnie McClurkin. And at some point, you gave up the battle. You gave up the ghost, honey. Right? And you were still active because this boy who's suing you, he ain't the only one that said that. I've heard it on very, very reliable sources that you have continued to have sex with men, Donnie McClurkin. Right? All you got to do is come out here and tell the truth. I tried. I did it my very best. And I cried, kept getting deeper inside. But then I turned it over to Jesus and I stopped worrying about it. I turned it over to the Lord. God worked it out. Oh, yeah, Jesus. If you let him work it out, Donnie McClurkin, because you've grown some since then. Now, even though you have so committed yourself to this idea of sexuality and all this, and how you no longer do that. Listen, I can understand it. Maybe a lot of people don't understand it, but when I came out of prison for the very last time, I told everybody I knew, including my own grandmama, who I hadn't talked to in 17 years. I told her, I am delivered from drugs. I'm delivered. It's something on the inside that tells me I will never do drugs again. And it's been over 23 years now, and it still holds true, right? But if I had come out here and I started doing drugs again, would that mean that I was delivered? Or is it just something that I wanted? I wanted it so bad, right? You're denying the beauty of all that God has created, honey. He's a wonderful God. You wouldn't be who you were if he didn't want you to be that person. You can't just go and be another person, right? What was it like for you traveling in these crowds all these years, pretending to be somebody that you simply were not? And how hard is it now to come and confess? You're a rich man. You can do that. You don't owe these people nothing. You could give the world the truth before you pass on into glory. Tell them the truth. Just to let them know. So many people have wasted so much of their time being unhappy, correct? Being unhappy, trying to create a reality for themselves. And it's fake. It's phony. And you are living proof of that. You could be an example. Here's the truth, people. Do about 80, about 60, or whatever the fuck they call it. He's always annoyed me so much, but I understand that he's a sick person. Don McClurkin's got mental problems, right? He is so absorbed in all this damn religion, but it goes deeper than that, honey. Mm-hmm. All we're gonna do is find out the truth. How many more thousands of years we got to sit up here still living our lives based on some goddamn 2 lines in the Bible, child? I mean, it don't make no damn sense, child. Why don't you just come and tell? If people would just tell the damn truth, then you would realize that your sexuality is not something you need to be delivered from. Now, if you out there getting fist fucked and you out there getting whips and all kind of crazy shit going on, child, and you don't like what you have made out of your sexuality. I mean, what you're actually doing, girl. Then I can say, okay, I don't want to do that no more. I want a relationship. I want to fall in love, whatever the thing is, because there's many kind of ways to be homosexual, girl, right? Maybe you were so nasty till it was painful for you, right? I was a molested person. I know what it's, that did not change my whole identity. I'm sorry, honey, it didn't. And if the truth be told, I was already curious. But you've been a very remarkably offensive person, Donnie McClurkin. You threw us all under the bus, correct? You out here with all these straight people. They all got children. They all got. How did it feel when you were at the table and you could just talk about their children, raising their children and their husband or their wife, right? And you sitting there, me too, me too, me too. You sound like a goddamn fool. You're saying that you are smarter than God, correct? You're smarter than God, and you're going to do it your way. And you got to change. So anyway, Donnie McClurkin now has denied all charges. All the charges this man has brought against him. It seems like primarily he's depending on the statute of limitations. I don't hear him directly saying that these things. I think in one statement he said that it didn't happen, but we all know that shit happened, child. And boy ain't gonna make that shit up. You know when the hell you gonna make it up? And you talking about the that was a long time ago. Oh, all that bullshit, child. I guess your defense is going to be that whatever you did do, and you put the word if in, whatever I did, if I did do anything, it was consensual. So to say that it was consensual makes our only interest in the case, girl. Did you do it? And were you doing it? And you did it with more than one person than him. And how many payouts have you had to pay through these years to cover up your sin, or you call it your sin? Correct? And maybe this world could grow up a little bit, honey. And maybe that church could grow up. We can all actually start loving people as God's creation, honey. You act like we fucking murderers or something. Hi, Lakita. L.A. Fabulous. Is it La Fabulous or L.A. Fabulous? Sing it for Nikki. Who sings, oh glory. If you, I don't know his other songs. He said he can stand. Indianapolis is in here, 34th Street area. Oh, hi, Lee. Lee the Don. Hey, 34th. I was raised on 34th. Let me see. I was on 36th Street. 34th, 38th. I was right in the middle. I was on 36th Street. 36th and Butler. Good to see you, brother. Say hello to Indianapolis for me. Yeah, so he gonna say if he's saying that it was consensual, so what he has to realize is what he wants to. He's demanding a trial jury now, and discovery. All these details have to come out now, and it comes. Our only interest is were you doing it? Were you having sex? Because we ain't gonna get no money. We don't get the money. He does. That's his personal situation, child. Right. What we want to know is have you still been having sex with men, claiming that you were delivered from homosexuality? I don't think it would do you any harm. Just tell the truth. But even the president of the United States had to cancel your involvement in his campaign because people were so against you, and you still stood up in it, right? And you were still calling people into your. Every time we get one of these stories about something in a hotel room, you come in, somebody then came in the hallway while you were asleep and all this kind of stuff. Child, please. It's all been bullshit. Right? I think you owe it to that church, and you owe this community an apology. How hard is it to say, I was wrong? I was 32 years old, and I hadn't learned everything about life yet, and I was wrong. I am still the same Donnie McClurkin I was before I made those statements. Right? It wouldn't be that hard, honey. And maybe you can help your church to realize that we can tell the truth. It doesn't always have to be hypocrisy and lies and lies and lies. We don't have to do that. Not anymore. The world's supposed to get better. Better. Hell, I can't even look at the goddamn YouTube. I can't tell who is a real person and who is a goddamn AI. Right? And yet you still got your ass stuck back 7,000, 8,000 years ago. Lying. Now he keeps talking about how lonely he is. Oh, I'll probably always be alone, because you can't be attracted to a woman in that way. No way. You can have friends. You can have relationships, child. And you could even marry a woman if you want to, but you know deep down you're never going to please no woman, right? So why continue to lie about it, child? And quite push this nasty ass idea of these religious freaks, girl, no offense, people, of these hyper religious people who's out of the 600 laws, they only see 2 or 3 laws in 600 of them, right? Anything they want to do, that's okay. Okay. We selling shrimp sandwiches in the back room. After churches, we selling shrimp and catfish. Well, what did the Bible say about that, girl? You ignore it. I like my fish. I like my shrimps. I like my shellfish. Whatever. He made such a big thing out of it, child. Now he can't back out of it. Well, you're going to have to back out of it in this courtroom. They're going to press you for your truth, Donnie McClurkin. So if you say that nothing, you didn't rape nobody, you didn't SA them or anything like that, girl, then you're going to have to say it was consensual. And you're going to have to deny this long email that you sent this boy. You're going to have to deny that that was not true. You said that you were a dirty old man, right? You said it was wrong for you to treat him the way you treated him. This was your faithful, loyal employee. This is someone who's struggling with their own identity. Thank God they eventually did find it, but their own sexual identity, honey. And you were in charge, right? And you still try to fuck him. Tell the truth. That's why people don't trust your asses, honey. All you do is collect money and go in there and lie. You could have lived, you were one of the most popular gospel singers in America. Why did you need this? Because you were personally struggling? You should have took your ass to a therapist or a psychoanalyst and figured your ass out. That was a personal issue that you had with your own sexual identity. It did not have to involve millions and millions of people. All this talk about serpents and shit. I think I need to go in there and throw that damn book. I don't know why he kept it. My grandmama gave that book. Throw that shit out the window, girl. We want a real memoir from you. Tell us about the experience, honey. Right? Maybe you could help somebody now, here on earth, not just gay people, but old ladies, honey, who still never figured it out. My grandmama loved me to death. She loved my dirty draws, child. My grandmama. We could agree on almost everything. We talked on the phone regularly, but there was one issue that we simply could not agree with. Why? Because it appeared in the book. I'm just going by what the book say. Right? We're so, and then you as leaders of the church, girl, you should try to be bringing people around to reality at this point. Religion is never going to be what it was. But you people keep holding on to it, girl. We've been talking about who we going to talk about now. You can't talk about nobody. You got to find you another enemy. You got to find you some new niggas. Right? Am I right or am I wrong? You see how hard they fought against gay marriage? Oh, that was the best. Oh, it's going to be the death of a society. Oh, everything going to crash down. Oh, they destroyed the American dream and all that bullshit, girl. And people got married. And what happened? Nothing. Marvin Sapp, AI body. What is that Marvin Sapp, AI body? What are he doing? Child, close the doors. Close the doors. Child, they be getting away with murder in their churches, child. And now they done built these great big old monstrosities, child, and they can't fill them up. They can't fill them up, honey. Some things are not coming back from COVID. People, they have learned some things about themselves, about their relationship with God, relationship with church. They have learned some things that are not going back to the way they were, right? So these churches are not filling up. People don't feel like they got to come down there and give you all their money, right? You were demanding 10%. And after you got the 10%, and you talk bad to them if they didn't get a 10%, you immediately went right into the next bag. Right? They got to build a new building. The pastor got to go to Jamaica for vacation, right? You got donation after donation after donation. And what you realize is you just there for the donations, girl. People don't give a shit about you. All they want to do is grow the church bigger so they can get what? More money. So what they're realizing COVID is, I still love my God. I still love God the same way I did before I started going out there and giving people all my money. Anything that they say, I can open that book and read it myself. Right? It's not coming back, honey. The mega church, in my opinion, is dead. At least the tele church. All these 50,000, 60,000 seats are unnecessary. Find yourself a comfortable community church, honey, where you can raise your family and be a part of it. God will honor two men in a consensual relationship over hypocrisy. You tell him, Jesse. God has, I believe, my understanding, and I was at one point really into the Bible. My understanding is this. God is done. Now we pray every night. We pray every morning, every night, and all this, and we say God's going to do this and God's going to do that. What essentially happened was God made a decision. I can't deal with this. Yes, I created them humans, and now I see what a human is. If I could take away their what do you call it? Your humanity, right? And just make them do what I want them to do. But no, I wanted them to be human beings. And when he saw what that was, it required a sacrifice. For there is no forgiveness of sin without a blood sacrifice, right? And he said, we're going to have one sacrifice, right? And I'm going to hand it over. Jesus Christ died for the sin of this world. It's for the sin of this world. Now, you can still fuck it up on this earth, and they'll throw your ass in jail if you go too far astray, right? Yeah, you still shouldn't cheat on your wife. You still shouldn't do that, even though God is done with it, right? He's already showing his grace and his mercy. I'm going to let you be human beings. And we see what human beings are, right? This world still produces people like Donald Trump. Correct? You think God is down there, oh, I'm going to get him, I'm going to get him, I'm going to get him. No, that's up to you people. He honors relationship. Yeah, he honors love. Love is love, honey. When you see a mother with her child and you see the glimmer in their eye, that's love, honey. Right? Relationships, husband and wife, boyfriends and girlfriends. The love a mother has for her sons. Then the love she has for her daughters, right? It's all love. There's nothing wrong with loving something or someone. Correct? Just because you don't understand it, because it's not written down in an old ancient book, girl. Like I know I say the same shit all the time, child. But what was I just saying? Girl, that just read right out of my brain, honey. I say it all the time, so maybe it'll come back. I don't know. Anyway, we were talking about this damn Donnie McClurkin. McClurkin, I'm a writer. I'll write your memoir for you, the real one. I ain't gonna write no bullshit for you now. And you won't necessarily, since you're so enamored with all this hocus pocus bullshit, girl, and that's been your whole life and your whole career and all that kind of stuff. I won't write that for you. And perhaps you actually believed all that bullshit, right? Because like I said, your mind is, you have a weak mind. So maybe, some people would be greatly affected, but you never figured that out since you were 8 years old. I just don't buy it, Donnie McClurkin. Right? Anyway, so I'll be looking forward to a real memoir. I think you should tell these people about the experience of trying. Many hundreds of people have done that. Many hundreds of people have went to these conversion therapies, and they were ex-gay club, and they were ex this and ex all that shit, right? And they came out and said, no, that's how I felt then, and I was sincere, right? But that's not how I feel now. I've learned to accept myself and who God has created me to be. Correct? No singing. No singing, says Jesus Hernandez. No singing. Okay, what are we going to sing? No, I can't sing the same song. Wait a minute, it'll come to me, honey. Now you done threw off my damn. You know I'm struggling with my memory this morning. It comes and goes, comes and goes. I love the church folk like William McCray. Woo! Church queen. Saying he's straight when the whole world know he's a queen. William McCray sitting up here looking like Liberace. Now he's trying to claim that he is the black Liberace, right? About how he's straight. Can you imagine? Poor babies. I mean, they had to jump through so many hoops because to belong to them damn churches, child. It's not necessary. Now, I have to say that, yes, there are many LGBT focused churches in America. There are some. Mostly they're in big cities, though. So that means all the rest of America, people are still struggling with trying to belong in these churches. And then many of them, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. I know, I didn't do it because I didn't become a Christian until I was 42 years old. And that was only because I experienced God for myself. And you know what? I have not needed AA, NA. I have not needed no ongoing psychiatrist, whatever. When God said I was delivered, I am delivered from that. Now, I did question him since I was reading the Bible on my own in my jail cell. I did question about him. God, if you have to take it away, take it. I'm ready to go. But he didn't touch that. And even though I don't have sex no more, child, I'm still me. I'm still the same person who was created by my God. Right? I'm just saying, it ain't necessary, honey. You don't got to be delivered from everything. And you don't got to be delivered from your attraction, honey. Marvin, but another bishop had a stroke. Marion Young. Ooh. Well, Marvin Sapp, he's just announced that he is engaged now, right? See, I'm not mad at the people, honey. I'm good for Marvin Sapp. He's brought great music and so forth. I'm not mad at the church. I'm familiar with what they say in those churches because of the history. There's a lot of things that went on in America in the history. It's slavery, honey, right? You know, white people's or whatever. I ain't gonna go into that. I'm not mad at the people. I want you to love your God. There's only one God. There's one God, honey. And even when you are seeing that, I don't mean you're going to hell. God said, I fixed it. You don't accept that? You don't believe that? You can do better? You don't like my sacrifice? Then just say it. I don't accept your sacrifice. Just say it. Liberace. Yeah, he don't do it no more, child. Like, don't bother. Although, who would give a shit what he is? But William McCray was definitely in there. Biggest church queen. Oh, they got long fingernails. My grandson said, that is, what that is. He just sitting up there with his big old hat on. Long hair like a woman. They put up with that shit, child. I ain't never been no church queen. I guess I don't know what you would call me now, child. I'm not a religious person, but I love church. I love my church. I love my community. You know, I certainly love God. I know him to be real. See, when you know that you know what you know. I know him to be real, honey. I know what he spoke to me. It wasn't the only thing either, child. There's been a whole lot of damn things. Here I am, shit. I done had HIV for over 40 years. Somehow I made through the storm and rain. I made it. Somehow I made it. Is that Elaine? Hi, Elaine. How you doing? That's sad. The sad part is that people are more concerned about what other people think about them instead of what God says about you. Yeah, listen to what God says about you. God says, honey, you are free. God said, I did that. God gave us the gospel, honey. Do people even give a shit about the gospel? What does it mean? If he ain't died for the sin, died for the sin of this world. Are people even accepting that? Oh no, I got a better plan. Oh no, we got to get them, God. We got to get them. Let's go back. Let's go back 3,000 years before that. We can go back 3,000 years. Look what it said. Look what it said in Leviticus. Look what it said. Leviticus was not yours. It didn't belong to you. It belonged to the Jews, right? Picking and choosing. One thing about them preacher people, though, they will certainly shoot. When it comes to that Old Testament, they only interested in demonizing the gays and that tithe. Not in that order, honey. They are interested in that tithe. If they can guilt your ass to giving you 10% of your income and plus 10%, that's what they expect. Well, a man robbed God. Like they putting money in bundles and shooting it up in a spaceship to God. Oh, we gonna build housing. When? When is it gonna be built? Show us a construction plans. Nothing's changed. Shit. No matter what you do, what you get them people, they always want more of your money, honey. And they're not gonna just stop at tithing. And tithing is not even applicable. Right? Your religion is the gospel. That's it. What is the gospel? What does it mean? Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. And no one could cast the stone because they knew they were guilty. Girl, I stand accused of being a sinner. Just a little too much. Mm-hmm. You better hope, honey, he ain't crucifying people. I mean, he's not sending people to hell to burn for all eternity, all that goddamn superstition, child. God is a good God, honey. When you start thinking about God, look at this bald head. Let's see this basketball. I call that fat boy a basketball head today. Can you imagine what it took to design eyes? I'm just saying, eyes. Even put little lashes around the eyes to protect the eyeball. Correct? Even put some eyebrow. Let's put some eyebrows on it. That has to be designed. That's God. You know God by what God has created. Are we going to deny that homosexual people are different than heterosexual people? Of course not. They're here. They are here. They are here. They are here. It's beautiful. It's marvelous. Marvelous. Mm-hmm. When you set me free, it was marvelous. I must be in a singing mood today. Mm-hmm. Who decided you need that if you had some fingers, you could pick things up? I'm just saying, you got toes so you won't fall over. That's God. Why don't you spend more time thanking God instead of criticizing everything that he's done in this earth? Right? We're not evil people. You know what evil people are. Turn the damn news on. Mm-hmm. No, you got to be like us. Be like us. We are long past the days of trying to regulate people's lifestyle. Live and let live. To live and let live. What was that? 007? Live and let die. Love is love. Love your neighbor. How the hell you gonna love God? You don't even love the man sitting next to you. You worried about what's he doing in that bedroom? What are you doing in that bedroom? That's very important. I don't think straight men, I don't think y'all should be spending so much time worrying about other men and what they do with their dicks. Okay? I'm just saying, just the way I feel about it. There's an issue. Or maybe you're just so desperate to be better than somebody else, child, that you grab at anything. At least I ain't that. Really? They say that about black people. At least I ain't no nigga. They did it. Hundreds of years, same book. You were born to serve him. Take back the 501s, C3s. Take back the 501c3. I didn't know that's the same thing as the Levi's jeans are. 501s. 501c3. Make them pay tax. They getting away with murder. Come up here, talk for 20 minutes, and they and the Lord said, what the Lord said last night, nigga? The Lord talked to you again. What did he talk to you every day? Do you have a special chair in your house for God to come sit down and talk to you? Because he seems like he doing a whole lot of talking, right? All the worst ones, honey. The people are holding on to faith, child, and you take advantage. Monsters. A lot of them ones up there on them damn stages, child. These mega preachers and all that shit, child. If they weren't doing that, they'd be driving the garbage truck. The gift of gab. McClurkin can't handle the rejection by his church folk. Yep. He got to know that God will expose him if he is a hypocrite. Let me say that again. McClurkin can't handle the rejection by the church folk. He valued the church folk more than he valued his own life. I never understood how people throw their children away. They value the church people more than they value their own children. I mean, you're failing as a parent. Don't mean it can't be fixed. But and times have changed, honey. People are not so stuck on that as they were. I don't know. I think McClurkin is just a sick person. He should have gotten help for himself and realized a personal issue is a personal issue, right? If you are so unhappy, and you will go through phases. This all started when you was 10 years old. If you are so unhappy with being a homosexual, you could have sought out therapy, right? You could have sought out a psychiatrist, right? You could have figured yourself out. Not that they're going to make you somebody that you're not, but they can help you to understand who you are and why you are who you are, right? It came naturally. It came naturally. It comes around. I've heard thousands of testimonies, child. Comes around, you're about 8, 9 years old, girl. You know. Do you know? You just know. It's part of reality, right? Why would anybody want to choose to stay dumb? I want to stay 6,000 years ago. You want to stay in the same situation, in the same belief systems that you had 6,000 years ago? Really? Why would you want to do that? He would do easy. You need to be tithing. Stop tithing to your church and tithe to the Catholics, because the Catholics gave you a God to worship. They're the ones who created the Bible. Correct? And they decided what you would believe. And we are over here we go. Oh, it would do words. It would do words. God would speak to you if you just allow him into your heart, honey. No, it's not a voice. Timothy, stop typing that machine. It ain't like that. Although they would try to present it as being that, right? There's an intuition inside of you, girl. That's God. God animates this whole damn shit. I wonder if God was to remove himself from this planet, will we just fall back into being dirt and dust? Will we even have dust? Would the whole goddamn thing just explode with no life in it? Right? God creates life. Stop criticizing what God creates. Try to find some pleasure in it, girl. You don't mind going and watch the gays down there on Broadway. Most of the dancers gay. Correct? You like him at the hair salon, and you like him in all the creative areas, right? And you know you enjoy the conversation. You're enjoying the conversation right now. Correct? So why are you going to miss all that? They got to be doing what I do in the bedroom. Really? Really. McClurkins needs to just come on out like Pastor J. Wilson. You see, Pastor J. Wilson did it, honey. You can't get much more gay than her now. She came on here just like a Donnie McClurkin, honey. I will discuss the sexuality. I can go with man or woman. I'm a bisexual and I'm a top. Stupid ass. There she just free as a lark, honey. Uh-huh. That's a miserable life. But you have to imagine how miserable these people have been, because they've been essentially alone. McClurkin is always complaining about now how lonely he is. You've created that, honey. You don't belong with them. You don't belong with us. You ain't made no friends with gays, right? Because they resent your ass, hate you. If they have to work with you, there's just work. You ain't got no damn friends, right? And the other ones, they still think you're suspect. And if stories are going around in California about you and your escapades, honey, surely around your own church they know about you. Right, McClurkin? But it's not too late to get you some psychiatric help. And it would be earth-shattering. You would go viral if you just come and tell the truth. You guys, y'all need to stop pursuing all that. It doesn't work. We are who we are. Love yourself. Learning to love yourself. It is the greatest love of all. I believe that children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them they are possessed all the beauty they possessed inside. You like gay people don't need that same kind of support, girl? Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody searching for a hero. People need someone. If you find out that your children are homosexual, they need support just like all the rest of your kids. They need support. Teach them how to possess the beauty they possess inside of them. Correct? I mean, everybody's not thrown into the street at 13 years old. Right? Those are your children. Those are the ones assigned to you. Always worrying about all this. Sex is it's a private thing, honey. Takes place between two people. Get your nose out of it, girl. Who gives a goddamn about other people's sex life? What are you saving them for God? Oh, I'm saving the world for God. Look at how this work I'm doing for God. Pass the plate, please. Don't forget the children's church. Them preachers, they get away with murder, honey. They don't deserve all. They don't deserve all that. Cow. They got 10% of everybody's paycheck in the church, huh? Really? And what did they do? They went and opened up the Bible and read a passage. Okay, I'm gonna give you a passage, and then I'm gonna mix it with another passage down the line. So I'm on the stage for a total of 20 minutes, and I deserve 10% of your income. You're gonna give me more than you give your taxes, right? And they've been getting away with it for years, honey. But it's a brand new day, baby. Oh, that's Nikki B. Did you enjoy that rendition, Nikki B? Remember, Donnie does have a daughter, but good for him. At least he can experience some kind of love. Does he have a daughter and a son, or just a daughter? His issue has never been, I mean, if you want to raise, a lot of gay people raise children. We got them all over this neighborhood, honey, gay families with children and so forth. That was not his issue. His issue was specifically, and I remember when they were doing all this ex-gay shit. A lot of those people, honey, they were the worst kind of gays. People having sex with 3 or 4 people a night, then going to the bathhouse, then going to the bar, girl, right? So there was a reason why they hated who they were. Shit, all they did was have sex. Correct? But even they got well when they understood who they were. Nothing wrong with me. Right? And a lot of them were just filled up with this religious stuff. Old people. You want God to be pleased with you, respect his creation. Other people. Treat your neighbor as you would treat yourself. Just be a nice person. Right? This neighborhood where I live, in this building specifically, it's like the United Nations here, right? And there's some people always got a sour face on them, right? But they are just some nice people. And that's all you really need from your neighbors. Good morning, Miss Rudolph. How you doing? How's the baby? Just a nice person. This motherfucker, Donald Trump, coming, they gotta be run off. Oh, they're a murderer. Oh, they are rapists. Really? I've been living next to the person for 15 years. They're always nice. They always hold the elevator for me, John. What's wrong with being a decent person? Well, it's nice if he has a daughter, but the thing is, I mean, your daughters grow up, your children grow up, and he's left alone on his own. But I don't know if he was trying to be lovers with this boy. He was working, the dude was working close with him, and he couldn't keep his hands to himself. So if he did it with him, they probably did it with others too. Right? God didn't want you to be in a marriage, maybe. I don't know. You missed it? Oh, damn, what a shame. It's a shame the way you mess around with my girl. It's a doggone shame the way you hurt me. Anyway, people, I just want to come in here and give you the update on this thing. This boy, so Donnie McClurkin denies everything, right? It looks like he's going to depend on statute of limitations. Apparently, this has happened in New York. The documents are saying that it did. He's claiming it didn't happen in New York City, but that's not saying that it didn't happen. They're just saying it didn't happen in New York City. New York has got this new rule. That's how they start the whole Diddy thing. All this stuff started because New York has got these laws now where you don't have no statute of limitations, right? And you can always press charges. And people are going back and they're suing on these people. They're suing on these people things that happened 20, 30 years ago, right? But they're saying that it didn't happen in New York. They were somewhere else. They went to, I don't know, some ski resort, some damn where it happened. Whatever. But if he comes out here talking about, oh, if that's what he's claiming, then that's not saying that you didn't do it. That's not saying you didn't hit on that boy. That's not saying that you didn't force sex on him, right? Did you do it? Have you been doing it? When was the last time you had sex with a man, Donnie McClurkin? Just tell the truth. I think it will be a fascinating book. That one will sell a lot more than this bullshit you put out before. But you're 30 years older, 20 years older, right? You lock yourself into these books, honey. You lock yourself in, that means nothing changes. There's a whole lot you have learned about your sexuality since then, but you can't talk about it. Why? Because you made such a big thing out of you delivered. Hell, delivered is, I used to beat my wife every week. I haven't touched her in 20 years. That's delivered. I'm delivered from my violence. You be delivered from all kinds of shit, child. And if you have a deliverance, it's personal. You don't go and deliver the whole damn world or force your beliefs on other people. Right? Shit, that's like I said, oh, nobody else can ever drink again. So I stopped drinking. I'm delivered. I don't drink no more. Oh, I'm delivered. So now everybody in the goddamn world can't drink no more? You ain't never gonna make no sense of that boy. He's mentally ill. And he got caught with his drawers down. And he better hope that they don't start coming out of the woodwork, right? Because if his boys wins anything from the lawsuit, child, or any kind of settlement, they come in, Donnie McClurkin. You can rest assured of that. Just pay attention to what happens on YouTube, girl. There are other ones that you've touched. You ain't gonna just he's fine. He's a fine looking guy, but he ain't all that, honey. Right? You've been exposed to a whole lot of good looking men all over the world. Not only this country. You did a lot of work in London, correct? Who's over there? Have they asked you for money? Oh my. Let's check out. Yeah, I like that, Justin. Also, check out Timothy Blaine's literary legacy. I like that to be worded that way. I have a literary legacy. Y'all check out my books. Let's do that. We ain't did a commercial in a while. Everybody doing commercial these days. First book, Timothy Blaine, Meth Monster. Y'all see that big boy over there calling me Meth Monster now. Meth Monster, the story of a resurrected life. A resurrected life. And what's changed in that book? Nothing. That was the first one. Come on. Then we got, boom, Love and Gospel Music. Subtitle, What's Wrong with Telling the Damn Truth? By Timothy Blaine. Correct? This is a coming of age story. A lot of my personal story is woven into this story because on your first novel, you tend to write about what you know, right? What else we got here? That's that one. That's that one. This one is held to be my best book. The Epiphany. You see them falling to earth? These are spiritual guides, honey. When you have an epiphany, no, it's not misspelled. When you have an epiphany, it's a sudden realization. What if it took on flesh? The Epiphany. Some say it's my best book. Great reviews on that book. Okay, that was the end of that story. Nope. We have one more in that series. There was 4 books in that series. So where's 4? Okay. The Label. A ghost story. That was all in the first series. Where's another one? The Battle. Be quiet, Queenie. One is missing. Oh, Muse. Well, I'll just tell you, Muse. There was another book in there called Muse. Then, for the beef sector, I was inspired by the beef sector. So what came to mind when I was inspired to write about the events of the beef sector, which is something I currently do? Murder in the beef sector. There's a great thing, as a great scenario in there about what happens when you're continually fucking with people, right? What's the next one? The Deadly Wager by Timothy Blaine. See that monster there, right? That's when the rappers they're trying to go viral, and they done made a $5 million bet. Who can go viral? Well, $5 million will motivate you, particularly when you're broke, right? So they start killing each other. It's a little bit extreme, I think. What was the last one on there? There was I forget what the other one was. Latest book, The Battle. The battle against evil versus something worse. You see that brother there? See that brother over there running scared. He sure got a problem, and it's a bad one. Preacher man tried to help him out. He done cussed him out, hit him in the head with the bottle. Don't y'all think it's a crime when time after friends of mine, they're leaving on the needle? I'm going to order soon. Yes, order some of those books, child. If you haven't read any Timothy Blaine books, get this one. The Epiphany. The characters are so pure in there. I say it's my best book because I got such a response from it. What else is going on, people? Let's check the perimeter. Enough about that, Donnie McClurkin. Let me see. Faith checks passer and Vivian Jenkins. Ooh, thank you, Tracy. Faith checks passer and Vivian Jenkins. Okay. It is so confusing with all this AI shit on here, girl. They're all using AI. You can't tell what's real and what's fucking fake. Oh. Trending topics, mad church disease. All right. I don't see anything pressing. Of course, Donald Trump's, he's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's on 10 or 11 channels simultaneously. Did y'all see that terrible ass State of the Union? I didn't even watch it. I couldn't watch. People kept telling me, go watch it. You go out, you get content. You get content. Girl, I couldn't make it 1 minute with that fool. All them damn lies of his, child. I just find him just to be such a disgusting person. And it's just disgusting how he would take advantage of our country. I mean, not only what he did to us, but look what he did to his own people. Took advantage of all those people, stirred up all the hatred in their ass, yeah. He ain't gonna do nothing for them. Why would you want to make your people hate each other? Turn on each other, turn each other in, right? Why you want to chase my neighbors away? What's up? What's up with all that? Them is the hardest working people in America. Immigrants, traditionally, immigrants come here and they work hard, and if they stay here long enough, or they are allowed to seek out citizenship. Generations here, honey. They've grown up now. Now they don't got to mop floors no more. Right? But they work hard. And you just start terrorizing people. He never no fucking overgrown bully. Ugh, makes me sick. Can't stand that man. Get up and just blow his ass. You're just lie, and take all his money. And what the fuck happened to the American government, child? Didn't they demand that he got rid of all of his business interests the first time? He made $1 billion then. Now he making $2 and $3 more billion, girl. Right? Everything got to have his goddamn name all over it, child. For what? Nigga, you 80 years old. You're just about out of here. Whenever your term ends, girl, you're going to be on your deathbed. And you got to have your name all over every goddamn thing. Who's going to see it? So no, I didn't watch none of that, honey. I'd rather watch whatever the commentators are after he gets through talking. I don't want to hear a goddamn thing he has to say. Stephen Miller has to say. That blonde bimbo has to say. None of them. All right, darlings. No, let me go on 2 more minutes. Get my whole hour in. Okay. Well, he can't handle the church. Well, his whole life depends on the church folk. He convinced himself that he got to be one of them, right? So he can go up there, make all this mumbo jumbo, all this religious bullshit, child. Oh, it's just not necessary. Love your God, honey. God, the author of life, the creator. God ain't dead. God is still here, honey. Why are you hanging on to other people's stories from 6,000 years ago, child? You have a story. If you listen, right? God is present in the earth right now. You don't even know right from wrong. Treating people that way. You see the way they're treating the Mexican people? How the fuck you gonna claim you're religious? Oh, I'm religious. Oh, we believe in God. Really? And that's how you treat people? What do those people do to you? Nothing. Donald Trump told us they were killers and rapists. They're gonna kill us. Oh, a Mexican person, somebody got raped in San Francisco. Really? Oh, right. one person got raped by a Latin person, therefore they all have to be punished now. How many are raped and killed and murdered and overdosed in America every day? Million? Anyway, Al Green's sign was disrespectful. Republicans, who gives a fuck what Republicans think? I could care less what the people think, child. How did Al Green get his name? Is he old enough? He's about Al Green's age, though. So he couldn't have been named after Al Green, could he? No. Just a coincidence. Mm-hmm. All right, you wonderful people. Thank y'all for coming in. Y'all pick up my books on Amazon. They're reasonably priced. We got to start reading again, people. Right? And they're all audiobooks as well. Some of them are AI audiobooks. They got AIs and everything. AI come along. They converted all my books to audiobooks now. Anyway. Thanks for coming in, Justin. Reminding people. Doing the work. The black dude that killed the white girl was an illegal immigrant, but was born in the States. He was a legal immigrant born in the United States. Well, whatever, child. He's crazy. He's just capitalizing on hatred. All the hatred people have in their heart, honey. That's what he ran on. He just wants to get them. What's it going to take to get them excited? Oh, let's talk about some other minority. That's fun for him. Later, people.